Welcome to Chopping It Up with Josh and Jordan.
Welcome back to episode number 8 of Chopping It Up with Josh and Jordan. We got a lot to talk about this week. It is opening week for baseball. Opening day just a couple of days ago at the time of this recording. And it's also Easter, so we are going to have a little bit of a special thing throughout the video. Why don't you tell them about it, Josh?
Well, the time of the recording, it's Palm Sunday, and we're gonna be taking off next week because of Easter, but hopefully the 100 sub special will be coming out maybe the Monday after Easter or something like that. So no podcast episode next week because of Easter. It's also my birthday on Easter this year, so chill and kind of take it off. But we'll have a few other videos, so look out for that. But since we're not doing one next week, since we're not doing a Easter episode, this week will be our Easter episode since it's being recorded on Palm Sunday. And because of that, we're gonna do a few changes, right? We have a few different, the Easter theme thing to start us off with my wonky game this week. But also, there's gonna be 3 hidden Easter eggs within the video. There'll be a small little, icon of the Easter egg. Now, I need y'all to go through and timestamp all 3. The first person to find all 3 of these little Easter eggs and put down the timestamp of each one will be shouted out next episode. On top of the Discord shout out. So you'll win a shout out. So hopefully they can find them Easter eggs. We'll see how good Connor is at hiding them. We'll see. We'll see. You think he'll find some fun places to put them, Jordan?
Nah, bro. I think he's probably gonna put it like in my nostril at some point. That'd be pretty crazy if he does that. But
and just
yeah, we'll see
they
what
look
he
like
does
this.
with it.
They look like this. These are our Easter eggs here. 1, 2, 3. All the Easter eggs.
That's them. So with all that being said, let's get right into it here, Josh. And I believe we're starting off with a game you've made for us.
Yeah, we're starting off with a very nice wonky game here. So we have Easter next week. Really looking forward to that. It's Palm Sunday today. So we have a classic game of, is this Easter fact true or is it just made up? And I got some crazy ones. A lot of them definitely sound made up, but I did not know a lot of these. Some of these, I did know. Some of them I came up with, but yeah, it's definitely quite interesting.
Okay.
So for the very first one for you, Jordan. In Switzerland, Easter eggs are delivered by a cuckoo bird rather than an Easter bunny. And I mean, if you think about it, it would make more sense with a bird delivering the eggs rather than a bunny, because that's kind of weird.
That is true. Josh, just to clarify, man, is this cuckoo bird? Is this like the dude that pops out of a cuckoo clock?
I guess I'm thinking so. I'm thinking so.
Okay, okay. Um,
Pops out and you just go cuckoo cuckoo cuckoo.
yeah, I'll be honest, man.
Very
I didn't
cuckoo.
know a cuckoo bird was a real thing, but I'm gonna say
He's
that one's
cuckoo for
true.
Easter eggs. I'm surprised you said that one was true, but it is. It is true. In
Oh,
Switzerland, they are delivered by the cuckoo bird rather than the
there you
Easter bunny.
go. Nice.
Yeah. All
It's
right.
a
We're starting
interesting
off with
fact
some.
there for
Yeah.
all the little Swiss kids, man, going out there for the cuckoo eggs.
Oh yes, Mara. Did the cuckoo bird deliver us the Easter eggs?
The
Going
cuckoo
back
in
from
it on
the
5,000.
IKEA furniture a few weeks ago. Second one for you,
Beautiful.
Jordan. The world's largest Easter egg was over 30 feet tall. Is that true or false?
30 feet tall is absurd, dude.
That's
I
taller than my
mean,
house.
that feels like something that probably did happen at some point. They got a massive rubber duck that's come through by us at some point. You remember when that thing came through town, Josh?
Yeah, I remember you mentioned something about that, the massive rubber duck. But do
Yeah,
you
man. I
think they
guess they
made
just
an
floated
Easter egg
all around.
30
Well,
feet tall? It's a big
if they've
Easter egg.
made a rubber duck 30 feet tall, I believe they did make an Easter egg. But was it 30 feet tall? I'm gonna say yes.
You're starting off strong, 2-0 It
Yes,
was
let's
over 30
go.
feet
Let's
tall.
go, man. Yes.
All right, the third one here for you. The first ever chocolate Easter bunny came from France.
Hmm.
Is that true or false? You
Well,
know the
I would
French do
say it
love their
came from
chocolate.
Switzerland. That's true. They do like some chocolate. I would say it came
Hmm.
from Switzerland, but obviously we noticed that they don't have the Easter bunny. They got the Easter cuckoo bird. So,
Yeah, so that wouldn't really make too much sense. Maybe they got the chocolate Easter cuckoo birds over there, but not
hey, they probably do, man.
maybe
They
not the
know their
French over here.
chocolate and their cuckoo birds. So, let's see.
It's like that
I'm
scene. You
gonna
ever seen the
say
movie Hook, where goes in the room
like
with all the
the
cuckoo
Captain
clocks
Hook
and
one.
they're just banging them up? Yep, yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hmm.
Oh, I
Um.
got the game on right now. Baldwin with a nuke. That's pretty cool. We'll get into that in a
Oh,
little
I
bit
see
too.
that. These look good, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um. Let's see. I'm gonna say this is false, and I'm gonna say it's from Belgium.
You're right. It is false, but it's from I believe Germany. Let me pull this up here.
Oh, okay, okay. The old German chocolate Easter bunny.
Yeah, I wasn't quite expecting that, but I guess. So hey,
There
you're
you
doing
go,
good.
man.
3 for 3 so far. You're kind of
Hey,
cooking.
man.
Um,
Call me
let me
Chase
try
the
to pull
Lauder.
up. Let me see if I can pull that up here. I have a few things. Um, it's way up here. Oh my goodness. But let's jump on to the next one as I'm looking that up. The tradition of decorating Easter eggs started as a way to celebrate the end of winter fasting. Is that true or false?
Josh, this sounds so specific. I can't say I've ever heard of winter fasting, but um,
Bro, you don't know about winter
that's
fasting?
cool. I
That's
guess
I guess
not, man.
that's just fasting in the winter. I guess.
I mean, I kind of have figured that one out, but I've never heard of it before, particularly. But that sounds pretty specific, man. I'm gonna say that's true.
It is true. It is true. Man,
Who does
you're kind of
winter
going on
fasting,
strong.
man? What is winter fasting?
You're going on strong, man. I'm trying to find
Hey,
the that one for you. I had it up here earlier. Let's see. Yes, it was
man,
from
Josh
Germany.
taking
It
forever,
actually
man.
it came from Germany in the 1800s, going back to our previous question.
There you go,
All
man. The
right,
first chocolate
you're
Easter
so
bunny.
you're 4 for 4. You're doing better than the IKEA ones, but that was you know just sheer guessing. You can make some educated guesses out of these questions.
Yeah.
The canonical Easter bunny is Jewish. That's the fifth question. Is that true or false? Is the Easter bunny Jewish?
Is the Easter bunny Jewish?
Is the Easter
Um,
bunny Jewish?
so let's see here. Let me think about this for a second. You seen the movie Hop?
Yep.
All right, so that was interesting because that specific Easter bunny family, they seem
I
pretty
like that movie
strong
a
in the
lot.
Easter bunny tradition. Yeah, it's a good movie. Um,
I like candy. Do, 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 do.
I gotta think about this though, because there's also a guy by the name of Peter Rabbit, but technically his name is Peter Cottontail. Um, if we think about it, does any cotton grow in Israel? Probably not. That's more of a Giza type of thing. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is false, man. Easter Bunny's not Jewish.
It's not. It's not Jewish. That's one of my made up ones right there. Good work.
Let's
Good
go,
work.
man. Let's
Almost
go.
halfway through and you're perfect. All right, this one's fun. Peeps used to be made by hand, taking almost a whole day just to make a singular peep.
Oh my gosh, dude, that sounds disgusting, dude. Can you imagine eating a marshmallow that some dude just fondled to create? Oh my goodness, man. How would
Do
you
you
even
think it
make
took
that
a
by hand? It's just a marshmallow.
hey, it could take a long time to make. Marshmallow
Mm,
is difficult to make.
that's false, bro. There's no way you hand make a peep.
This is your first error of the day. That one is true. So I have this pulled up
What?
here. First of all, you have the marshmallow, and they were shaped by hand using piping bags, and then afterwards they put the sugar on it, but it took forever to dry, so it took almost a 24-hour process just for the marshmallows and the sugar to dry before they could package it. So that was true. You
I
got one
got
wrong.
you. Man, my bad, bro. I really thought there was no way to do it by hand, but hey, shout out to the guys over at Peeps, man.
Yeah, the peat manufacturers. You a big peat manufacturer fan?
Nah, I'm more of a peep type of fan. You know, the
Do you
people
like
over
Peeps?
at
Do you
Peeps.
like Peeps?
Nah, bro. Too sweet for me.
Don't like Peeps.
Nah, man. Call me Hosier,
All
because
right.
that's too sweet.
Next question. So you finally got one wrong. I'm sorry about that. But
It's
next
alright.
question is, in Norway, people read crime novels during Easter. Is that true or false? It's like I guess a Norway tradition that the Norwegians just read a bunch of crime novels.
Well, I'm trying to think, man. I know my man, Transtromer he writes a lot of novels. I don't know that they're crime focused though, so I'm gonna say that one's false.
That one is true. That one's true. It's called
Why?
Easter crime. It's just a thing they do. I don't
What?
really know why. In my notes here, I just have a thing. It's called Easter crime, or let me see if I can pronounce this. Paskekrim, P-A with a wonky thing over it, Skekrim, Paskekrim.
Ah,
But
that's the
literally
native
the
cousin
notes
of
just say
Mini Pasquantino.
it's super random, but just a random true fact. I don't know what else to
All right,
say there,
well,
but
that's
it's a wrong one there for you.
my bad, man. I shout out to Transtromer for writing all them crime novels for him to read.
All right, so we have just a few more questions. We'll actually go to 12 questions here. Let's see, the next one, jump down. The Easter Island head. So, the Easter Island, also, in the Hot movie, they actually have entire bodies under the ground. It's not just the heads. They have, an
Oh yes.
entire torso, arms, legs, everything under the ground.
Hmm.
Is that true or
Hmm.
false?
That's interesting. I'm gonna say that's false, man. It's just heads.
That is That's wrong. It is true. They do have bodies underneath of them. I heard this a while ago, and I was like, that's actually kind of crazy that they're not just the big heads. You ever seen
Why
what's it
they
called?
got bodies under there?
I don't know why the bodies are even there, or why the heads and stuff are there in the first place is unknown. But you ever seen Night at the Museum?
Yes, of course.
Dum dum one gum gum. That's what I think of. But apparently those dudes
Oh,
had
I
whole
gotcha.
bodies. It wasn't just the head bits. So you're starting to get in a little rut here. Starting to get in a little bit of a rut. Gotten a few wrong. But now let's go to the next question, which is the original Easter eggs, with like putting stuff into the eggs, was actually made of deshelled ostrich eggs. So they would take the egg off, find a way to delicately crack it apart, put stuff in the egg, and then seal it back up. And that's where the original Easter eggs kind of came with, the presents within the Easter eggs, which now is just
Yeah,
candy. But
that's just gonna be false, man. There's not enough ostrich eggs in the world for that.
you're right. That one I just kind of came up with that one. Hey, you're back on track now. You're back on track.
Yes, sir.
Last few questions here. We got three more. The earliest Easter eggs were dyed using onions.
Nah, bro, you
Is
made
that
that
true or
one up
false?
too. I don't even know what that would mean.
You sure?
Yes, I'm 100% certain you just made that up, Josh.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. No, that's actually true. The Easter eggs were first dyed using onions.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. I guess they found a way to probably like the purple, like the purple onions on the outside. Are
Yeah.
very colorful. That's what I'd probably think that they used to dye. But yeah, that's where it originated. origins of dyeing the eggs, came from originally using onions. I didn't know that
That's
either. Man,
crazy to
you're
me,
full.
man. I
You
can't believe
started
that.
out so strong and you just kind of fallen off.
Yeah, it's
I wonder,
unfortunate.
I wonder though if that would, add, some flavor to the eggs too. Would that like make it worse, make it all taste oniony?
I don't know that you're supposed to eat Easter eggs, Josh.
No, no, like you ever dyed the eggs? Like, you get the egg, you hard boil it, and then you dye it in like the vinegar solution.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. Not like the
I
plastic
don't
ones.
think you're
Like this
supposed to
is,
eat those either, man.
yeah, but no, these ones you eat, you dye them and then they're hard boiled and then you crack them up and eat them.
I don't know about that, Josh. I never have eaten a dyed egg.
You've never eaten a dyed egg. What do you do with them then? Just throw them out?
Uh, I guess I don't know. I've
Really?
never really dealt with them after I've dyed them. Just kind of dye
That's
them,
weird. Not
examine them, and then leave my grandparents' house.
at least with egg prices finally going down, that's not as bad. But that's kind of wild. You've never eaten the dyed eggs. That's the fun of it, man. You eat like a weird polka dotted egg.
I guess so, man. My bad, my bad.
Speaking of eggs, man, I had some egg sandwiches today for lunch. Just thought I'd
Oh,
throw
I
that out
was
there.
thanking about I got some egg salad right out there right now, man. I could
Really,
go eat some
really.
too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got toasted up 2 slices of bread. There's some egg in there that we had. It's all scrambled up good with some cheese in there, and then I put some mayo on that sucker. We had a little bit of ham, so I put some ham on there, the eggs.
Mm.
And then for the second one, I changed it up. I don't know what your thoughts on this, but we ran out of ham, so instead I just put a little bit of ketchup on there. That's pretty solid
Oh.
too.
Okay. I respect that, man. I respect that. I like me a good scrapple and egg sandwich, man.
I'm not the biggest scrapple guy. I like spam though. I'm a big spam guy. Don't eat
Okay.
spam as often.
Okay.
It's just
Respect.
do
Respect.
you know where the term spam comes from? A lot of people are kind of dumb about this
It's an abbreviation, is it not?
to an extent.
It's like sizzle, pan, and or something.
No, it's the S is for spiced. It's spiced ham.
Oh,
The
okay.
SP is for spiced. It's spiced ham.
I'm sorry.
All
It
right.
definitely is for that abbreviation, though. I'm sorry. Let's get back to this, though.
So that is egg talk Easter. It's all synonymous. All right.
I got you. I
Question
got you.
number 12. Our last two questions. Jelly beans are popular in Easter because beans were important in early Easter tradition. Is that true or
Hmm.
false?
Trying to think how beans could potentially be important here. I guess
But I
if
mean, think
prime
about
numbers
it.
are
It's,
important, anything's possible.
I mean, just think about it. This is we're talking about a bunny rabbit that's laying eggs that are filled with candy. So,
Hey, man,
I feel like
if
anything
that's the
could go there.
case, then maybe it's thinking like the bunny turds. They kind of look like little beans.
They do. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But I'm gonna say they didn't go there for Easter. I'm gonna say you made this one up, Josh.
I did to an extent. It is false, but you want to know why jelly beans are popular in Easter.
Probably because Jelly Belly, the main brand of jelly beans, is a big Easter supporter.
That to an extent, but jelly beans became big in Easter because they look like mini eggs. That's why everyone would get
Oh,
jelly
all
beans
right.
during Easter.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Alright, here's my last question. So we've been talking about some silly goose stuff here with Easter, but we all know the true importance of Easter, and it's Palm Sunday today, so I have an important question for you. Hosanna means, here comes the king. Is that true or false? Let's see if I can test your knowledge. Are you a true, deep scholar, or how much do you know here? Does Hosanna mean, here
So
comes the king, or not?
I don't know that it directly translates to that, but I'm fairly confident that it's something with the king entering. Um, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that's true.
It's actually false. It's to save or deliver us. to save or
Really?
deliver us. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I
It was
definitely
used
thought it
at,
had something to do with the king.
well, that's what it was used for, but the translation is to save or deliver us. That's one that sometimes
Oh,
I'll
I
forget
got you. I
myself,
got
but,
you.
you know. Yeah, so there we go. You got a few wrong there, but pretty good work by yourself, and just a happy Easter and a happy Palm Sunday to everyone out there. And we'll just dive into the rest of our video. Jordan, you know a few of your Easter facts, but some of them random ones definitely have tripped you up there. They're just so random, but they ended up being true. It's kind of wild.
Hey, man, it's unfortunate, but hey, maybe next year I'll remember these and I'll be up to date on them.
Okay, yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we test you next year. But yeah, we'll dive into the rest of this video.
Yeah, let's go. Dom
Dom
Smith is the GOAT, bro.
Smith.
Let's
Dom Smith.
go, bro.
Dom
Dom
Smith.
Smith.
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 Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
Dom. After almost 6 months of waiting, you're finally at some Braves baseball, Jordan. It's been fun. Seeing the first series of the season against the Kansas City Royals, but we're finally at some Braves baseball. It's no more speculative of whether certain guys are going to do certain things. Bounce backs from injuries. How guys are looking. Yeah, we're in the season now, so that's fun. We got 3 games now done behind us, Jordan.
Yeah, man, it's been very good. Uh, we've been looking forward to this for quite some time, and it's finally here. So hopefully we'll have some good content coming up for you guys with the Brave season officially starting underway. And that started off with a game against the Royals with Chris Sale and Cole Reagans facing off. But just before the season started, we had some unfortunate news that we did find out, Josh.
Yeah, it said Spencer Strider on the 15-day IL with an oblique injury. However, I just saw pulling up a thing that Alex Anthopoulos going off saying that doesn't look to be too bad, and he really shouldn't miss all that much time. So
Good.
hopefully, just maybe 2 weeks, maybe 2 to 3 weeks. But from what Anthopoulos is saying, Strider is not really that much pain, and it's not really bothering him all that much. So hopefully, just a few more games and he'll be back. So that'd be a big jump to this rotation is to have Spencer Strider back and see how he's able to perform after an off season where he was hurt and then relatively healthy off season last year to work on refining his craft and getting him back to 2023-ish form.
Yeah, man, and hopefully when he comes back, we'll have a full rotation. But Josh, let's start off with a little question I have regarding that for you here, and that is, with Strider going down, does Didier Fuentes find a way into this rotation at all?
Now it's funny because we were coming up with the script earlier and then we're watching the Braves game today here on Sunday and I, I think maybe, but Fuentes just came out of the pen, pitched like 3 or 4 innings. He pitched the rest of the game. He's pretty solid too, a few Ks and gave up 1 run, but I do not think he'll be a big rotation guy at least for now. Give him a few weeks and we'll see how he is in the pen. And if he continues to pitch like this, again, he gave up 1 run, but in garbage time essentially into today's loss against the Royals, but. He's looked good. Like even in we were just watching a few minutes ago. He's painting his fastball, breaking stuff looks pretty good. Got hit a little bit, but it wasn't bad. But I think he'll just be that long reliever because with Jose Suarez right now slotted in for the rotation because of Strider being down to injury. I think Fuentes will kind of fill his role as the long reliever, and he did pretty solid today. Like I said, pitching a few innings and limiting the Royals to only 1 run uh, given up.
Yeah, man, he looked pretty good today, but um, probably with that coming on, it's going to be Jose Suarez filling that 5 spot in the rotation for now. So,
Yep.
we'll still see a little bit of my man Didier here, but yeah, again, he looked really good today, and that was the third game of this Braves season. Starting off game one,
Yeah,
we got Chris Sale pitching, man. Big game. First game of the season. What happened, Josh?
I'll say he had a few shaky spots to begin the game, but went six scoreless, had a few Ks, I believe 6 Ks, no runs. He's pretty solid. He like I said, a little shaky to begin, but afterwards just not many base runners, and then the offense looked incredible. We had multiple homers. Ozzie with the first homer for the Braves all season. He was batting in the 3 spot against a lefty on the bump, and that might be Weiss's plan against lefties is to really shake the lineup up a little bit with moving Ozzie up quite a bit. It's looked different against righties, but he mashes lefties and he hit a tank on Friday, and Baldwin also ran into one, and so did Michael Harris, and it was the first game that or I've heard that what's his name didn't give up a single homer to a lefty at all last season, and then he gave up two two lefty homers for opening day. So that was great to see by the Braves bats, and some good defense too. We had some few good plays by Riley making that diving grab, and Cunha that shoestring grab, Eli White with a nice grab. So it was a pretty solid game all around.
Yeah, Josh, and I saw this the other day. You mentioned Ozzie with the first home run for the Braves this year. He's done that the last 3 years, Josh. Believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, I
Huh?
think
Ozzy the
when I saw that, I thought about it, and last year, I feel like I remember that happening, man.
hmm. Oh,
But
that's interesting. I didn't know that. Good little information there, Jordan.
yeah, man, I
But
found that pretty interesting. Not a real power guy, but apparently he hits a bunch of dingers for the Braves.
and then the rest of the staff looked really good. We got to see Robert Suarez kind of dice some guys up, and then Kinley came in and shut the door. And then we had yesterday's game. Jordan, can you give us a little bit of the epicness that was last night's game, especially the ending.
Yeah, man, game started out. Ronaldo Lopez pitching against my man Michael Waka, and both
Waka
pitchers looked
waka
really
waka.
solid, very very solid from both guys. Ended up Waka went 6 innings scoreless, only gave up 3 hits and a walk, and Lopez
Two
also
saves
did the
gross.
same, but 2 walks and gave up 1 run there. So Waka got the best of him by a little bit, but Beto comes in and pitches a perfect inning, 3 strikeouts, and then we have Aaron Bummer and Joel Piamps comes in and gives up a run. Man, that's pretty embarrassing. Only got 1 out and gives up 1 run. So it's 2-0 Royals here. And all of a sudden, we have my man Dylan Lee come into the game. And what does Dylan Lee do, Josh? He pitches 1 inning, 1 hit, no runs, 2 strikeouts. So really solid from Dylan Lee.
Work by Lee.
And we are in the bottom of the ninth inning, Josh. Braves are down 2-0. We got 1 out. Mike Yastrzemski comes up to bat, 1 run single. So it's now 2-1. Royals
Yes.
still in the lead. Yeah, Yaz with the single there, and then Michael Harris coming up, and he hits a 1 run single as well. I believe did he line it off the pitcher, Josh?
He hit it off the pitcher's foot or something. It was lined right at him. Oh, one more thing about Yastrzemski, Jordan. I think you're saying he's a pretty fast dude. He got down to a bunt single, and the whole time you're like, oh yeah, man, he's such a fast dude. But it's Mike Yastrzemski with a bunt single. I wouldn't have guessed that Yaz would have been the one with a bunt single, but Mike Yastrzemski, it's interesting.
Hey man, you better guess it. But anyway, so we got a 2-2 ball game in the bottom of the ninth. Then what happens is we have the bases loaded. We have 1 out. And we have the man, the myth, the legend, Dominic Smith coming up to the plate. And you might be able to guess what happened based off of our cheers to start off this segment.
Absolute nuke with the walk-off grand slam from Dom Smith. As soon as he got a hold of it, I knew that was the game because at least sack fly it's over. But going into the stands for a
Bang!
grand salami, game 2 of the season, walk-off grand slam. from the new guy Dom Smith, it was impressive. It's a good way. That helps us win the series over the Royals. We lost today, but good work by Dominic Smith, man, the new acquisition from the Braves, and first the first time in baseball history that in a guy's first game with his new team, he hits a walk off home run. So it was his first hit of the with the Braves, a walk off home run. So that's kind of wild. So Dominic Smith coming in clutch with a walk off grand slam. That was pretty fun. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, and a bit of a story on that, man. It's a big moment for Dom Smith. Not only just a walk-off home run, not only a walk-off grand slam, but he mentioned after the game that his mother passed a couple weeks ago from uh, she did not win her fight with cancer, and unfortunately she did pass away. And this was Dom Smith's first game. He went out there and he said that home run was for her, and you could see him fighting back some tears after the game, Josh. But
Yeah, he's
so
pretty
a
fired up.
really big moment.
It's really cool. It's fun to pull from. You hear a story like that, and you get to see the on field just getting to show off your emotions after coming up really clutch. So that was really cool to see from Dom Smith. Yeah, the new Braves acquisition. I got to be honest, when we got Dom Smith, I wouldn't have guessed that he would make the roster to begin the season. He had a good spring training. We were talking about it. Would Dom Smith have the chance to DH, and he DH'd today too, I believe with a few knocks. But yeah, great work from Dom Smith. It's been fun to watch him. Then we also just lost today to the Royals. I believe it was what 4-1, 5-1, something like that. Only bright
Yeah,
side
four
was like
one.
we mentioned earlier. Drake Baldwin did hit a home run. This was just one of them unfortunate games where really the Braves could have easily won it if it was a little bit warmer in Atlanta, ball fly a little more because Michael Harris pieced up a ball at almost 109 off the bat, went like almost 400 feet, but just shy of leaving the stadium. And Ronald with a similar swing as well. So it's just one of them days where it's still early, so the ball's not going to be flying out of the stadium quite as much. But taking the first loss, but we did win the first series of the season, and we'll be moving on against the A's afterwards. But no, the offense definitely looked good the first two games, and Lugo's kind of dealing today, Jordan.
Yeah, Josh. Honestly, the pitching as well looking really good. I mean, even
Yeah,
today in the loss, we only really gave up. See, Grant Holmes. He was the pitcher today. He gave up 3 runs in 5 innings, which still not a terrible outing, not the greatest.
Bob,
But we mentioned it
I
earlier.
I believe
Fuente's coming
only
in 4 innings.
I believe only two of those runs should be earned to Holmes. Maybe they tacked on the third, but Riley made an error which ended up allowing a run afterwards. So
Yeah, they did tack on the
uh,
third for some reason, but yeah, and then Fuente's
yeah,
coming in pitching 4 innings, 1 run. It's really a good thing to look up to there. And you got
and,
to imagine if we did have that little bit more offense, if the ball flew a little further than it did, then we might still be watching some extra innings right now, Josh.
yeah. And just think about, that the 4 innings of work from Fuentes there. I mean, not only is that good, he did give up one run, but 4 innings is pretty impressive work. But that also saves the pen because the Braves have 13 games in a row with a no off day. So to start off with that was a very taxing on the bullpen to start off the season. A lot of guys still trying to just get settled into the season, and you got Fuentes just eating eating some innings today, making your bullpen not have to work at all. So that's really nice. But
Yeah, Josh,
we're
I
talking
believe we've
about.
seen. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good. What's up?
I believe we've seen with this game with Fuentes coming out of the pen. Have we seen every single guy in the Braves pen come out?
I don't think Iggy's thrown yet.
Yeah, everyone but Iggy. Sorry, I did forget he didn't close out that game. We had Kinley come in and close that out, but
Yeah,
everyone but Iggy, I believe, we've seen out of the pen now. So that's really good to see that they've all looked pretty solid.
yeah, Penn's look especially at Beto. Beto. I would not have guessed that Beto would have his first appearance just striking out the side. That was pretty wild out of My man beat him. But going back to Friday's win, we had Ozzie and Harris being really big parts of that, and then Dom Smith with a walk off yesterday. These are bats that some that are, very under the radar bats like Dom Smith, a guy who just kind of brought on with sort of a minor league deal, thought probably wouldn't even make the roster, and then he had a good spring, makes the roster. Then you have Ozzie and Harris, who both had big down years last year, great season in the past with Harris winning Rookie of the Year and Ozzie hitting 30 homers just a few seasons ago. But, you know, on kind of the similar lines of these guys who have either, not performed the best the last few years or, kind of maybe some sort of underdogs or unsuspecting sluggers, who do you think will have the most surprising turnaround season at the dish this season, Jordan?
Hmm. My candidate for this is, well, let's see. I would say Riley, coming off of, being injured the last few years, not ever
Yeah.
playing a full season since 23, I believe, but that was his best season. I think he'll have a great turnaround year, but my other candidate for this, and the one I like even more, is Michael Harris. He's looked really solid, squaring up balls so far this season in his first 3 games. Got one out, should have had another today, maybe even two. But
Yeah, he had
Josh
he had
Harris has
two
been
great swings
squaring the
today.
ball up, man.
He did some great swings. Today was just one of them days where they weren't finding the gaps or anything, but he crushed one that should have gone out. He also lined one straight at the pass watch and Vinny Pasquantino. But he's looked good. He's not chasing. His swings are looking good. His swing decisions are looking good. He's mashing the ball, and we also know what sort of defense Michael Harris brings. But I like that answer for sure. I think Harris is going to pop off hopefully this year. Hopefully Riley too, Ozzie, Dom Smith will continue to play that fun sort of platoon spot at DH. But no, definitely.
Yeah, and you mentioned it, Josh, coming up here uh, this next week. We are starting off Monday with a series against the A's, still another home series for the Braves, and then that'll go a 3 game series. And Thursday, we're traveling out to Arizona to start a series against the D-backs, Josh.
Yeah, it's a fun set here. Kansas City, solid team, and then you do go up against the A's, who they're still probably thought to be a bottom five team in baseball. Do have a solid offense, a few pieces there with Brent Rooker and Nick Kurtz and guys like that. So there's some pretty good players who could tag you. So it's a little worrying with probably Bryce Elder and Jose Suarez set to pitch the first 2 games. So we'll see. Could be a little scarier than we might want just because we're at the bottom of our rotation going up against a few decent bats with the A's. But then we have the D-backs, and we'll see how that series goes. D-backs starting 0-3, so hopefully the Braves can keep up that trend of keeping the D-backs down for a bit. But it is fun. Like I said, 13 games without a bye though is pretty bad because a lot of teams have already had one, if not multiple byes. Because you had a bunch of guys play, or you had bunch of teams played Thursday, and then only a handful played Friday. So a lot of teams had Friday off, and after a few series they'll have off. But as a fan, it's certainly fun to watch because start of the season I don't want to see days without the Braves playing. But it's definitely going to be big for the team as no off days to begin the season. But that just also shows how important it was again with Fuentes going 4 innings today. But good start to the season against the Royals, and we'll see how it goes with the A's and D-backs for this upcoming week.
Guys, it was opening day this week for all of the MLB, and it was pretty fun. We've seen some classic games, quite a few walk-offs already to begin the season out. But let's start off with some guy I want to really talk about right now. All right, Josh, I know we can get into the records and everything in a minute, but I want to talk about a player for a specific 2-1 team, Josh, and this is the rookie for the Cleveland Guardians, Chase Delauder. Let me just talk about this kid for a minute, man. So far, my man Chase DeLauder. Now, we haven't seen what he does today on Sunday, but in his first 3 career MLB games, my man has 4 home runs. Can you believe that, Josh? 4 home
Four
runs
homers.
in 3 career games, dude.
Man,
Kid is on fire.
that's pretty impressive. That's kind of like in the show when you first get called up. At least for me, sometimes you'll start the season off as a rookie or whatnot and just absolutely mash. That's kind of feels what it's like what Chase DeLauder's doing right now.
Yeah, man, and we've heard his nickname that he's been given already, man. Chase the Slaughter, because he's slaughtering these balls out of the park, man. He's crushing them right now. And this is not even in a home series. This is an away series, and at the worst home run ballpark statistically in Seattle. And this man is still raking.
But
So I'm just saying, man.
But to be fair, you mentioned the home field and stuff. This guy's a rookie. It ain't really his home yet. So really that's not too much of a factor at the moment. But it is wild. Chase the water with a great start. 4 dingers, man. That's impressive for your opening series. And, trying to make a name for yourself to hopefully stay around in the big league level, and you go up and put up 4 runs just like that, 4 homers. So good work from the man Chase the water.
Yeah, man, absolutely on fire, Josh. But I've got all of the records pulled up here for the MLB so far, and I know there's a lot of games in progress right now. With it being Sunday, games are a little earlier today. Let's see,
Yeah,
Josh.
we actually got it pulled it up right over here. The MLB Big Inning. I haven't really used that much, but it's you got all them wonky games all at once. Got it right up over here, but it's kind of like you ever seen a Back to the Future when they're at the future part and they have like the TV with 18 different things on at once. That's kind of what I feel like right now.
Yeah,
It's kind of hard to focus on anything. It's quite cool. You got all the different games on. We're doing research. Especially for the podcast. Definitely have to watch a lot more baseball. That ain't bad. So, maybe that'll help in the future. This MLB Big Inning thing.
yeah, man. The MLB
Currently got a few
TV,
games going on right now.
MLB TV. I
Yeah,
got it for the
yeah.
first time this year. Me and my boy Connor, I believe, is splitting it with me here, so we're going to be sharing that account, and we're going to be watching a lot of baseball, Josh, and I'm really excited for it because I haven't really been
Yeah,
able to
man.
watch
Yeah.
much since they came out with MLB TV, and now I'm gonna pretty much be watching every day. So
Yeah, no, it is nice. It's my favorite thing. I love baseball season. Just roughly 7 o'clock each night, just chilling back and watching some baseball before I head off to sleep. So it's pretty nice. Or sometimes I'll have it on in the background, like while I'm doing something else, like maybe playing video games or something. I'll have the game on the side, and I'll also be doing whatever. So it's fun, man. It's fun.
100%, man. But Josh, I'm gonna do something right here, man. I don't
Yep.
got no questions prepared for you, but I just come up with one right on the spot, man. And you know what this
Hit
is?
me. Well,
You're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna ask you to name a division, and I'm gonna tell you the record for all them teams in this division.
okay, so I'm just telling you a division.
Yes, but make sure you pick a good one to start off with, because I don't want no crappy divisions here. Matter of fact, Josh,
Well,
wait,
since
wait,
we're
wait,
going to,
wait. Let's make this fun. Let's make this fun. All right?
okay,
As a matter of fact, if you give me a division that has more losses than wins before you give me a division that has more wins than losses, I'll be very disappointed in you.
well, I know that the NL East for the first game, every single team got a win. Braves are at 2 wins. Yankees are at 2 wins. I'll go with the NL East. I think we might be drawn right now, but I think I'll go with the NL East to start off.
So, Josh, the NL East, you were correct. Now, here's the one thing. You did say the Yankees instead of the Mets for some reason. You seem to
I
be doing that a lot today. But current standings for the NL East is a lot more wins than losses. Marlins 2-0, but looking not so hot against the Rockies right now in Game 3 of that series. Mets 2-0. They are currently going into extras against the Pirates. Braves 2-1 after that loss today. Phillies 1-1 and Nationals 1-1. So,
but
um,
Phillies with a have they lost yet, or their game was they were getting blown out by the
They
Rangers?
Yes, they did just lose the game. So now Phillies 1-2, and Nationals looking like they're about to win their game against the Cubs here, up 4-2 in the top of the eighth. So
Yeah.
for all intents and purposes, we're gonna go ahead and say Phillies 1-2 and Nationals 2-1. So currently Phillies at the bottom of the division. That's what we like to see, Josh.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. And then everyone else pretty much just chilling at 2-1, right?
Yep. Assuming the
Yeah.
Mets don't win this game. If they win, they'll be 3-0. But
Okay, we'll
um,
see. I'm keeping an eye on that as we're talking about this. So you see me looking up every here and there. Oh, Reynolds with a go ahead single.
nice, man. We like that. We like that.
I think that was or Reynolds scored. Oh my goodness, they have an interesting celebration. They're all doing this. Or no, that was not Reynolds scored. I don't know who that is who just got the hit. But I digress. All
Probably
right,
Ryan
so
O'Hearn. Anyway,
Ryan. Oh yeah, it was O'Hearn.
um,
All right, so the
Josh,
NL East
what's the
getting
next
a bunch of
division?
wins. Next division. Let's go with the NL West. I know the NL West there's a lot of losses in there. So, but I just want to go with the NL West. I'm not
Josh,
trying to
that
go
is
for
a
a bunch of
really,
wins here.
really bad idea, man.
Well, I'm not, I just tried to go for the first one without all I prefaced it by saying I know there's a lot of losses in the West. Because, the Dodgers are what, 3-0? But,
They
uh,
are 3-0.
the Giants with a rough start and, a few other things like that. So,
Yeah, and you already mentioned it. The D-backs 0-3, Giants 0-3, Rockies 0-2, but looking like they might win this game against the Marlins here. Oh, I stand corrected. The Marlins, they won the game just now. Walk
oh,
off,
what?
2-run homer. 2 outs
Wow.
in bottom of the ninth, man. Marlins winning it. That's crazy.
That's
All
very
right, so
Rockies
I
of them to
stand
do.
corrected, man. Rockies 0-3. So we got three 0-3 teams in the NL West. Padres 1-2 right now, and Dodgers you mentioned 3-0. So NL West not looking so hot to start off the season. Josh, what's your next selection?
I also want to mention it's very weird. I was watching the Dodgers game the other night, and Edwin Diaz with the trumpets coming out for LA was very weird. That was very good. He's only throwing like 95, 96, so I don't know if his velo's down now, or if that was just a little bit of a fluke. But that was interesting. During the trumpets,
I hope it's
they had
down, man. I
some.
don't like him.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't like him because of being with the Mets, but also don't like him because now he's signed with the Dodgers. The Braves gave him a huge offer too that he turned down during the off season. But yeah, that was weird. Next division. Let's finish out the NL League, the National League. Let's go with the Central.
Yeah, Josh, on top of the Central, we have the Brewers, but they're currently down 7-3 against the White Sox of all people. Um, Colson Montgomery hit a grand slam for them earlier today, so
Oh
we're
well,
gonna call the Brewers 2-1 if it finishes out like this. Cardinals, believe it or not, next up 2-0 as well, but they're also losing right now, late in the
they're
game, so
losing their
we're gonna
Rays.
call them 2-1. Cubbies playing the Nationals, 1-1 right now, splitting the series, but Nats on top right now. Who knows? Maybe the Cubs will come back and win, but we're gonna call the Cubs 1-2. Reds pulling out the win against the Red Sox today puts them at 2-1. And the Pittsburgh Pirates 0-2 to start, currently up 3-2. We just mentioned, but um, we'll see how that game finishes out. Right now, Brewers on top. Probably to be expected. If not the Cubs, then it would be the
Yeah.
Brewers. But NL Central pretty standard right there.
It's kind of unfortunate the Cubs losing right now because I went with them for my pick'em today. Now I did mess it up last
Ooh,
night because of big nuke late in the game by DeLauder, I believe. But
yeah.
yeah, that was kind of unfortunate. But it's early in the season. How'd your pick'em go?
Um, it's been pretty bad actually. I'm not gonna lie to you here. I think I'm 1-1 because I did miss a day, And today, I did unfortunately also go with the Chicago Cubs. So looking like
I
I'm going to start off 1-2.
could have gone the Dodgers the last few days, but I did the Dodgers a few days ago. I think that was Friday's game. I think I went with the Dodgers, but I have a hard time rooting for the Dodgers. It's I found myself watching that game rooting for the Diamondbacks. I was like, wait a minute, I did my 9 innings pick 'em for the Dodgers to win. I was like, technically I should be rooting for the Dodgers, and I really don't like doing that all that often, but maybe later on in the season if I still haven't got my pick 'em, I'll just keep going with the Dodgers. But all right, so now we're on to the American League. I guess we just, do the same order we did earlier. So we'll just start with the AL East order. How's the AL East going?
AL East looking pretty solid, Josh. Yankees obviously on top, starting out 3-0 against the Giants.
Giants look
Um,
bad.
yes, that is
Giants look real
very
bad.
accurate. Giants not looking good at all, in fact, and
Got shut out in the first two games, and then we put up like what, 1 run yesterday or something
yes,
like
sir.
that.
Yep. Not too hot of a start for them, but Yankees 3-0. Blue Jays just beating the Athletics here a couple minutes ago. They're also 3-0 now. Orioles, they're currently 1-1, but they have the lead late in the game against the Twins. Just got out of a bases loaded jam there with some minimal damage. So Orioles, we're gonna call them 2-1 right now. Red Sox, just taking a loss to the Reds. We mentioned Gino Suarez, by the way, with a 3-run homer. He had every single RBI that game for the Reds. So
Wow.
good for Gino. But Red Sox 1-2 now after that loss, and the Rays also sitting 0-2, but looking like they are gonna win against the Cardinals here. So 1-2 there is the worst in that division. Not terrible.
That'll be a fun division to track throughout the year. It always is with the AL East and NL East too. There's just a bunch of stacked teams in the AL East. I mean, even the Rays, which are probably the worst team in that division, are still a solid team. Some good arms there. But it's going to be fun to see who comes out on top and who gets all the playoff spots. Probably projected to be at least a few wild card teams from the AL East, but we'll see. Let's go to the Central. Let's jump to the AL Central.
Oh, okay, changing it up a little bit. AL Central here,
Yeah.
Josh. Guardians starting out against the Mariners. They're 2-1 so far. Lots of help from Chase Stillwater, their rookie, but they are starting out 2-1. Tigers also starting out 2-1. Don't believe they played today, but they are sitting 2-1 right now. So good start for them. Twins. Whoa. Sorry, man. I just got a big gust of wind into my headset there from
Oh
Josh,
man.
and it was a little bit
I
disturbing.
yawned.
I really
I
didn't
did a
like that,
slight
man.
yawn. Sorry, I have
That
to
was
also
pretty
point out
intense, man.
that the reliever right now for the Yankees, or not the Yankees, the Mets. I don't know
Quit
why.
calling them the Yankees, Josh. It's the
I don't know why.
Mets.
I've never done that before. But
Oh my
the Mets,
goodness, dude.
the arm in the Mets, his name is Lovelady. Do you see that? The
I
reliever
do
for the
see that.
Mets right now, his name is Lovelady. Sorry, that just kind of randomly. I
Oh,
just looked up. I saw his name is Lovelady.
there you go, man. Mr. Lovelady coming in, and
Hopefully, blowing this
he's
game.
yeah, I really hope so, man. But
He's giving up one
um,
run. I hope he gives up some more. Oh,
he just
okay.
did.
Play it. Play. Oh, never mind. It's terrible. Oh, shoot. Oh, okay. I thought it was about to go. Love Lady giving up some runs. Love Lady giving up
Good
some
work,
runs. Love to
Lovelady.
see it.
Good
Love to
work,
see
man.
it. Love to see it. Reliever for the Mets
But
being trashed. It's good to see. It's good to
hey,
see.
man. Speaking of trash, let's look at the Minnesota Twins. They're sitting 1-1, likely about to lose to the Orioles. Okay, and we're just gonna go ahead and call them 1-2, man. Uh, then next up we have the White Sox sitting 0-2 right now, but up big on the Brewers. So we're gonna call them 1-2, and the Royals, the Braves' first opponent, 1-2. Man, we kind of cooked them in first two games, and now just took a loss
Kind of
earlier
some
today.
bad luck this last game, but it is what it is.
Hey, it happens to the best of us, man. But Royals sitting 1-2 so far on the year. I assume, Josh, your next pick is going to be the AL West. Is that accurate?
Yeah, yeah.
Alrighty, we're just going to go ahead and get right into it. I'm actually going to go bottom to top on this one,
Okay,
changing up,
okay,
and
changing
you'll
it
see
up.
why. You'll see why. Starting out with the Oakland or whatever place they live in now, Athletics.
Something athletics.
I think they're actually just called the Athletics. I don't think they have a city.
They don't.
But
Yeah, you're right. They're just the
Athletics
athletic.
right now, 0-3, man. Not looking too good, man. And that's good. We like to see that going into a series with them, especially with Bryce Elder pitching in the series, man. That's always scary stuff. But 0-3 for the A's starting out here.
Yeah, it's gonna be scary with Bryce Elder throwing. It's always terrifying. Now you have Jose Suarez. We'll see how he does against the A's, but yeah, that's kind of not surprising. A's 0-3. Who we
Hey,
got
Jose
next? Who we got
Suarez,
next?
though, having played on the Angels recently, has a little bit of experience playing against the A's, so maybe he'll know what to do.
Yeah,
But next up in this division, we got the Mariners surprisingly starting out 1-2, one of the better teams in baseball. Starting out 1-2 against the Guardians, and they play tonight. So we'll see if they split that series or if the Mariners start out 1-3, and that'd be very surprising to see. Next up, we have the Astros 1-2, and currently tied going into the seventh inning stretch here against the Angels. So, that's an interdivision matchup right there. We'll see who can come out on top. Next up, we got the Texas Rangers, having just beat the Phillies. That puts them at 2-1, Josh. And finally, on top of the division, as of right now, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Very surprising to see them out on top, but a lot of that is because of something I want to talk about right here, Josh, and that is my man Mike Trout, kind of looking like his old self, Josh.
yeah. No, he's playing really well. A few dingers, and I know, especially in the talking about this in spring training, he was looking really good, really healthy. So it's not all too surprising to see him going out and kind of balling right now, but it's kind of nice. We're talking about, I think it was last week or week before of some of these former stars. We're talking about the show and some of these former stars kind of going down from diamond grade, and it's nice to see one of a few years ago the guy was considered the best player in baseball, Mike Trout, kind of getting back to at least some sort of his older self. So it's good to see Trout starting to fire back up.
Yeah, man, and also 9 innings every year, putting out that Mike Trout event about how he does throughout the season, man. We always like to see him doing good because it means some free stuff for us on 9 innings there, Josh.
Who doesn't like some free stuff, man?
Hey, man, everybody likes some free stuff, but
That's true. That's
starting
true.
out 5 for 9. Not looking at this game so far today, but starting out 5 for 9 with 2 home runs and 3 ribbies for Trout in his first 3 games. So,
Okay.
pretty solid showing from him so far, and let's hope he can keep it up, man. It's good to see for the game of baseball.
Yeah, so a nice update there on all the teams in the division. We won't do that each week. We'll try to give maybe some highlights of certain series and whatnot. Maybe once a month or something we can do that where we kind of go around the league, especially if there's not anything as crazy. Go around the league, giving those updated standings again. But hopefully we'll at least have one or two things from each division throughout the next few episodes. But really fun to finally have baseball back. It's fun, even just I'm just looking over here watching the game as Nolan Gorman just hits an absolute bomb. It's fun to finally have
Oh,
baseball
wow.
back and to finally have some stuff going on, and it's fun, Jordan. It's glad I'm so glad to finally have some baseball back instead of all this speculative
Yes,
talk that we've
sir.
been doing for the last 7 episodes on this channel.
Yeah, man. Finally, we just get to watch some good regular season ball, man, and I'm really looking forward to this 2026 season.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, man. Time for my very wonky game, Josh. Are you prepared for this thing?
Yeah, man. Now it is nice since Easter weekend coming up. We decided to not do a 1v1 game this week. It's kind of more of a chill laid back week. Because last week I beat you by default, but there's no wonky thing this week, so just a little different, a bit of a change up.
Yeah, man. Bit of a more peaceful week for us here. No more arguing about who's coming out on top in these games, Josh. But here is my wonky game for you this week. And your
Sure.
goal is to make the best possible fast food meal with $15. And I've got 5 categories for you, Josh.
All right.
So, starting us out here, we're going to start out with the main course for your meal. This is the
Okay.
big central part of your meal here. All right. For $1, you get a corn dog. One
What
corn dog.
type of corn dog is this?
This is a corn dog specifically from Cookout.
Okay, that's not a bad start for $1 corn dog. I don't mind me I don't mind me a solid
Hey
corn
man,
dog.
it's a main course of your meal. There's not going to be any bad options. Number 2, for the $2 option, you get a Crunchwrap Supreme from Taco Bell.
Solid.
Yep. $3 option, Josh, you get the Big Arch from McDonald's for $3 here.
I'm yet to try that, so I've no clue.
Yeah, man, it could be the best thing, could be the worst thing. Judging by the CEO, I'd say it's probably pretty disappointing, but that's why I put it at the $3 option. I'm not too sure how it would be, so maybe we'll
Yeah,
have to try
that's
that if you do end up picking it here. But
maybe.
um,
Oh,
four
that's
dollar
the thing.
option.
We're gonna maybe get something to eat tonight, Jordan. Can we make this meal tonight? Go around
Hey,
all the
man,
different
it's
places there.
possible. It's very possible. I mean, all of these options are in town here for us, so we could very easily go get all of these options. But um, actually,
I
there is
see.
one thing that we don't have in town here, so maybe not. But um,
Maybe some other time.
four
Maybe some other
dollar,
time.
yeah, it's very doable here. But for $4, you can have the signature Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Oh, that's my favorite chicken sandwich on the market.
It is
Oh, that
good, man.
chicken from
It's very
Popeyes.
good.
It is a good sandwich.
But Josh, I have
That's good.
potentially one of the only sandwiches in fast food that can top the Popeyes chicken sandwich, and that is for $5, the Wendy's Baconator.
I don't know. I've probably only had the Baconator once or twice. I don't go to Wendy's all that often.
Well, listen, if you get the Baconator more than once or twice, you will probably die very young from heart failure. So it's probably a good call. But that is your $5 option, Josh. What you taking here?
I think I got a Popeyes chicken sandwich. I just lit up when I heard the Popeyes chicken sandwich. Still,
Mm-hmm.
my opinion, the best chicken sandwich out there on the market. It's better than any Chick-fil-A sandwich. It's better than a KFC. It's just so good. I love me some Popeyes chicken sandwich.
All right, that's a good pick, Josh. I knew it would be a bit of a bargain at $4. One of the best things
Yeah,
in fast food. So,
that's a five.
you
I think you could have easily swapped the Popeyes and the Baconator, but they're both solid options.
oh
Both
100%,
solid
man. That's
options.
why they're so expensive up here on the list. But Josh, next up, you have $11 remaining, and you're gonna have your side. All right, everybody knows a good meal needs a side, right?
That's true.
So your $1 option for your side is from Popeyes. It's beans and rice. Um, they do have a side that's just beans and rice. So
That's a pretty sad side, but we'll see what else we got here.
yeah, pretty disappointing. $2 option from Burger King. We have the chicken fries, Josh.
Oh, that's a good option. I like the chicken fries.
Yes, sir. Um, $3 option. We have mac and cheese from any fast food place you would choose, man. So if you have a favorite, maybe Mission Barbecue, maybe some Chick-fil-A, I don't know, but that's your $3
Hmm,
option for mac and cheese here.
that's interesting. I don't know if I say I have a favorite fast food mac and cheese. I don't know. That's interesting. I'll have to ponder that.
Yeah, man. But $4 option here. We have a classic from Taco Bell, man. I don't know why these are not always on the menu, and that's the nacho fries, Josh.
Oh, the nacho fries are so good. The nacho fries are so good. They're so just
Mm-hmm.
the fries themselves with the Cajun seasoning that they have on them. It's so good. And then you put it with a little nacho sauce, and it's oh my goodness, those are good. Oh, those are
Yeah,
good.
man, quite immaculate. I do have to note this though, Josh. Unfortunately, the nacho fries they do not come with the nacho cheese sauce in this scenario. It's just straight nacho
Oh,
fries.
it's just the fries. You don't get any sauce.
Yes.
At that point, it's just fries. Like I mean, they're good, but
Well,
really,
Josh,
it comes without.
there might be some sauce coming up in the future here as another category. So
Oh, okay, I
I
didn't
don't
know that.
know. Maybe you want to build around that. I don't know, man. But
We'll see.
Um, regardless, your $5 option is going to be mozzarella sticks, and that can be. I've heard Arby's is probably the top in the game for mozzarella sticks, so
I
we'll go
also
with
like a
those.
Burger King's mozzarella sticks. I like their mozzarella sauce. It's very like salty, but it's very good. Or
Okay,
their marinara sauce for them
marinara.
mozzarella sticks is pretty good. I like V-Dub's mozzarella
Yeah,
sticks. They're
they're
alright
good
too.
too, man.
But let me look at these options again. Beans and rice. Now I have a question. Can I get an extra few dollars if I get like is this like you ever play you're playing 9 innings, you're making a set deck. Like can I do that with Popeyes? Just make it all. If I complete the Popeyes set, do I get something special?
um, I would say yes, but unfortunately, I don't have a thing from Popeyes for every category here.
Oh man, okay, that's unfortunate. I think one of the best choices on here. I don't know what else. I'm not really looking at all the other stuff right now. I'm kind of looking at each segment as we go on. But how many of the chicken fries do I get?
I'm not quite sure what the counts are for chicken fries. I think it might be like 6 or 10 or something. So um, maybe we'll go with a 6 count.
That's pretty good. If you think about it, one chicken fry is about the equivalent of like two chicken nuggets almost. I mean, them jokers are they're
Yeah,
about the size of this like pen I have right here. But I think that's a steal at a $2 option. The chicken fries, they're pretty good. They're not, something crazy. But I already have the Popeyes chicken sandwich and I need to save a little money, so I'm gonna go with the chicken fries.
good choice there, Josh. I know you're a big
Thank you.
fan of the chicken fries, so you do have $9 remaining. That's a good amount for these
I
next
do.
three rounds here.
I
Um,
do.
next round, we're gonna go on to the dessert for this meal. Yeah, everybody knows you gotta have a good dessert in the best fast food meal, right? It's just an obvious conclusion.
I gotta be
Um,
honest with you. I don't. The only time I'll get dessert from like a fast food place is probably Dairy Queen.
I know, Josh,
Got
but you
that
gotta
nice
think,
$7
man.
meal deal. Oh no,
This
no.
is the
I mean, I
best
never pass.
possible fast food meal.
That's true. I'm not saying I pass down on some dessert, but I can't say get dessert from these fast food places as often. Outside of Dairy Queen, you always got to at a Dairy Queen. But
Obviously.
like to be fair, McDonald's, their ice cream machine always broken. You're not getting dessert there unless it's
It's
like their
true,
little like
Josh.
their little like pie things, like their hot pocket pie things. You ever had one of them?
Yeah, man. I like their holiday
Yes,
pie at
yes.
Christmas time, man. Oh,
I have no
that's
clue what it's
immaculate.
made out of, but it's good. Put a little
Quite
sprinkles on there.
impeccable pie there. Mm,
All right. So what
big fan
desserts
of
do I
that.
have here?
So for the $1 option, Josh, we have an option from Five Guys, and that is the bacon milkshake, Josh.
The bacon milkshake?
Bacon
What does that
milkshake.
consist of?
I'm gonna go ahead and assume it's probably a bacon flavored milkshake. If I had to put a guess in there.
I mean, that sounds like it could be pretty good. It's a milkshake just with bacon in it?
I don't know, man. I guess it's just a
Hold
bacon
up.
milkshake, man. You might have to do more research into it.
I'm gonna look this up. Tell me what the other options are. Sorry.
So yeah, Josh, that's your $1 option, the bacon milkshake, man. Do some research into that. But the $2 option here, we have McDonald's ice cream. And Josh, you know there's about a 50-50 chance you're even getting anything here.
Yeah, now for the McDonald's ice cream, is it a guarantee that I do get it and that they do serve it, or is it just a toss up of if the machine's working or not?
We'll say you for sure get it, but
Okay, cool.
yeah,
So that,
at least you are going to be getting something if you take that. It's also just McDonald's ice cream. So there's that. Now $3 option we have coming out of Subway. Bit of a big swinger here. The foot long cookie, Josh.
I've never had that. I've never had that. Foot long cookie.
Me neither, but it's quite a long cookie, man. A lot. If you
I
if
mean, it
you're a
looks good.
big
It's.
cookie fan, that's it for you right there.
I mean, I enjoy me some cookies. I enjoy some. It's a top dessert out there. Probably go ice cream, pie, and then maybe cookie at the three spot.
Nice, man.
That's a good option for what'd you say, $3?
$3. So $4. We got
Okay,
the
okay.
Burger King Hershey Sundae Pie. Man, that thing's immaculate.
What is that? I've never heard of the Hershey's. What'd you say? Hershey's Sundae pie.
So Josh, imagine it's just like some fluffy chocolatey flavor, and you get some whipped cream on top of that, and then there's just some sprinkle of some Hershey chocolate on top of that, man, and it's quite immaculate.
Sounds like a nice chocolate pie.
That's pretty much it right there. It's your $4 option, and then the $5 option, one I know personally you really enjoy, and it's a seasonal option. That is the Oreo Snowdrift Blizzard from Dairy Queen.
Ooh, that's good. I do like that. Sadly though, we went the other night and it's no longer there. Being spring and whatnot. But
Very unfortunate.
that was one of my favorite blizzards. I would get that quite often. I got one last night that had a bunch of brownies in it. It was pretty good. I
Okay.
forget what it's called. Like the brownie mudslide or something,
Mm.
or it was like a mocha brownie something. It was like a mocha ice cream with a
Mocha,
bunch of brownie
mocha,
pieces in it. It was
mocha,
good.
mocha, mocha.
But no. So I'll do some research here, and that bacon milkshake is literally just a vanilla milkshake with a bunch of chopped up pieces of bacon. And now this says that you can also put in like some peanut butter or some like let's see here, some other different things. You can put some chocolate in there, some chocolate syrup or and other stuff like that. But it's I'm looking at some of the reviews and it's people are saying it's a really good salty and sweet combo. And for $1, I mean this looks really good. Like I love bacon, I love milkshakes, so I think I'm gonna have to go with the bacon milkshake. It
All right.
sounds wonky, but I'm pretty sure it would taste really good. If they had a nice what size is this? What size
Hey,
milkshake?
man, it's any size you want. It's just a bacon milkshake.
So if I can get a nice large bacon milkshake for $1, I think I would quite enjoy that. So I'm gonna go with a bacon milkshake for $1.
Alrighty then, Josh. Taking the risk, going with the bacon milkshake. We'll see how it is.
I I I've never turned I don't turn down bacon and I don't turn down milkshakes, so I think
If there's
it's a
one
combo
thing
made
I've
for me.
learned about you over all these years, it's that you never turn down bacon. So, um, that is your
I
dessert,
like
and we
bacon.
got $8 left for these last two rounds, Josh. You're gonna be kind of
And I'm
rolling in
very
the good options.
well, I gotta be honest, it's not even that to me that's a bad option. Like I would take that over the ice cream or the McDonald's ice cream. I'd take it probably over the foot long cookies. Like I said, ice cream and milkshakes I'd put at the one spot. The Hershey pie is where I'd start to be like, yeah, that might be better than the milkshake anyways. But at $1, I think that's a steal. I think it'd be better, even if it's like on the bad end, it's slightly worse than a normal milkshake, but on the good end, it's much better. So I think that's a great steal
Alrighty
for
there.
$1.
You
Ooh,
gotta imagine coming out of Five Guys, that thing probably costs like $25 to even purchase in the first place. So, for
and
$1 here, a bit of a steal.
that's just for like one half a slice of bacon chopped up in there, and it's probably about this big too. But
Yeah, I got you.
you think they dump out half the milkshake in the bottom of the bag too, like with the fries? Like there's a little like spot in the bottom of the bag where you poke in your straw and you're able to get in that little extra bit of bacon milkshake in the
Yeah,
bottom of
I
the
think
bag.
so, Josh. I do think so. Oh man.
Oh,
All right.
uh,
Next up, we have the sauce round. I might have hinted at it earlier. Here it is, Josh. We got the sauce round.
okay,
And
okay.
remember, you got some chicken items up there, so the sauce is going to be pretty important for you here. Um,
I am loading up on the chickens.
Let's see. Starting out $1 option for your sauce, you get Frank's Red Hot Sauce. Just one packet of it, man.
It's all right. I like it with stuff like making some combine it with some ranch and it's pretty good. By itself, it's all right, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the other options are.
Yeah,
I
man.
got I got I got money to spend too. I got money to spend. I got what, $8
You got
for
eight
these last
bucks.
two? I got. It's not bad.
So
It's
really,
not
you
bad.
start looking at it at the $3 option because that's pretty much the cheapest you
That's
have to go
true.
here. Um,
That's true.
but for the $2 option, you've got ketchup. Just a basic little ketchup, not bad, not bad. It's ketchup.
That's true.
$3 option, Josh. Coming out of McDonald's, a heavy hitter in the sauce category. That's the sweet and sour sauce, man.
Ooh, okay.
Not bad. Uh,
It's not
the,
bad. It's not
the
bad.
yeah, but when you see these other two options, you might think that the sweet and sour not that great, man. And next up for the $4 option, we got just a really solid barbecue sauce, man. Anywhere you pick, man. You could even go Mission Barbecue with
Oh.
this, man. You go anywhere, get a good barbecue sauce.
Oh. Oh man. Can I get some like the Bucky's barbecue sauce?
Hey, you could get any barbecue sauce you want, man. But the
Oh
$5
man,
option,
that's a tough.
Josh, and this is highly regarded as the best sauce in all of fast food, and that is the Raising Cane's sauce, man. I've seen a man drink a full large cup of this stuff.
I've had it's all right, but it's not that hard to make at home. It's literally just like ketchup, mayo, and like some garlic powder and some Worcestershire sauce. Like it's not that elaborate. It's all right. I enjoy it. I wouldn't spend $5 for that though. I thought you might have gone with the Chick-fil-A sauce or something there for a 5 spot, but
Hey, man, I'm going with the
I do know what
obvious
you're
number
saying though.
one
It's
sauce.
delectable.
Yeah.
Would you say that's your favorite sauce?
No, not mine personally, but I'm just saying, you look in the grand
Okay.
scheme of fast food
I was
people,
just curious.
that's obviously what
Well,
they're
yeah,
picking as
yeah.
number one.
Yeah, like you think of like the fast food influencers and stuff who are like eating in their car all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's any any barbecue sauce of my choice is what's really getting me thinking. I mean, it's because your other options aren't the best. Like if you threw on a honey mustard or something down there, I'd take it. But sweet and sour's all right. I never was the biggest fan. It'd go well with the chicken fries, but barbecue, oh man, the barbecue will go really good on the chicken sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might have to take the barbecue sauce.
All right, and what
Oof.
barbecue sauce are you taking,
You had
Josh?
you've had my ooh, I don't know. That's a good question. I have one more question for you. You've had my grandpa's homemade barbecue
Oh
sauce, right?
yeah, bro, that is some good barbecue sauce, man.
That's
Mm.
good barbecue sauce. That's tough. That's a tough question. Is it just any barbecue sauce, period, or does it have to be a fast food
I'll
barbecue
say it
sauce?
has to be from a place that sells food. It can't be your grandpa's.
Okay, okay. Can I stroll in this scenario? Can I stroll inside Bucky's, do some taste testing of all the different barbecue sauces, and come out with a victor?
I don't know, man. It depends. Does Bucky's sell food?
Bucky's for sure sells
Then
food. Some of
yes,
the best
obviously you
barbecue
can
on the
go in there
planet.
and test out their barbecue sauces, Josh. It's you already paid for it, so of
Well,
course you can try them out.
well, in that case, I'm going in there trying the barbecue sauces and coming out with my favorite one from Bucky's. You got a lot of options there, so I think Bucky's is quite the solid option.
Quite the solid
I think
option,
it'd go
Josh.
well with the fried. Now, here's one more question. So, since I'm going with Bucky's, do I get since Bucky's would have multiple different barbecue sauces? Do I have to select one of the sauces, or can I get two different ones? Like one for my chicken fries and the other for the chicken sandwich.
Nah, bro. It's only one particular. That's a new word. I just mixed
It's
particular and
particular,
specific. So yeah, it's one particular barbecue
particular.
sauce. You can't take multiple, just one.
Okay.
But
Well,
still,
I'll
very
probably just
solid.
go with yeah, that's fine. I'll just go with the Bucky's barbecue sauce. Pretty
Josh,
good option.
for this final round, you have $4. Can you guess what this final category is?
So we've taken care of the sides, the main course, the dessert, the sauce. The only thing that's really left is you maybe go beverage or like a wild card or something like that.
And Josh, it is the beverage. It's the drink, and I think you're going to be very excited here to have $4 left to spend in this category, because there's.
I'm looking
I
forward to it.
already know what you're going to pick here, Josh. Actually, technically, I'm between
Let's
two
see.
things, but I'm fairly confident I know what you're taking here. Number
Okay.
one, the $1 option.
And you have to remember that this is in the context of the ultimate fast food
Oh
meal
yes,
because certain beverages I will drink at other different times, but with especially when you go out for fast food, at least you know that there's a certain beverage I consume quite often.
mm-hmm.
Well, it's down to a few, but
There's a couple, and
we'll see what we get in.
both of those two options are on here, and you can afford them. And there's one that I know you would
Okay,
also really enjoy, but um, you can't
okay.
afford that one.
I don't
So
have it pulled up here, so I'm waiting to hear what you say.
I already know what you're taking. I think you might take the $4 option, Josh. But let's start off here. $1 option. We have coming out of Popeyes, man. They brought this one out last year, and it's the dill pickle lemonade, man. I did try it, by the way.
Dill pickle lemonade. Is that like you brought that monster the other night and you're like, guys, this tastes like dill pickles, and it did
It
not really taste
does.
like dill
It
pickle.
did taste like dill pickle, first
That
of all. But pickle
it
lemonade, pretty
very
solid.
maybe very very slightly, but you saying it's pretty good, the dill pickle lemonade.
It was pretty
I've had a
solid.
dill pickle snow cone before.
Okay,
I've had a dill pickle snow cone.
interesting.
Yeah, all right. All right, what else do we got? What else do we got?
$2 option. You've got water.
Okay, just a classic.
Yeah, man, just water. $3 option. This is one you're gonna consider, Josh. This is sweet tea from any fast food joint.
Ooh. Oh, that's pretty good.
Big sweet tea guy,
Chick-fil-A
I
with some
know.
good sweet tea. Even McDonald's sometimes their sweet tea is quite delectable as well at times.
Hey, I will add the option. You're allowed to take
Oh,
Bo Streak's sweet tea, man. Bo Streak's, his sweet
oh
tea
my
is
goodness,
crunchy with
that
so much sugar in
I think I'll pass on that because I might not get to the rest of the meal.
it.
I might literally just be dead with when my blood just completely coagulating and it's just like
Yeah,
Jello at that point. Because his tea is literally crunchy. And I getting probably he has a ratio of probably 18 cups of sugar to maybe just a little bit like a maybe an espresso shot of tea. It's definitely an interesting way to do it. It's kind of like when you make them like the rock candy with the sugar. And you gotta, get the sugar mixture heated up so that you can add even more sugar. And the whole point is that you put the stick in and the excess sugar is building up and crystallizing on that, little stick.
yeah.
That's kind of what I feel like would happen to Bo Sweet Tea if you leave your straw in there for too long.
Bro, you could leave it in
Just
there for
create
20
sweet tea
seconds
rock
and it
candy.
does that. Um, so that's your $3 option. Josh, your
Okay.
$5 option that you cannot afford, man. Unfortunately, you're missing out on the Baja Blast.
One of the best drinks out there. It is good. I do like some. I mean, I would even compare sweet tea to it. It's up there. I'd probably put Baja Blast slightly above, but Baja Blast is more of that. Like if you're chilling, you got some people over, you're playing video games all night. If you have Baja Blast, that's amazingly ideal. But like if you think about it, most times you're going out to fast food, you are not getting Baja Blast because it's really only there at Taco Bell unless you're getting it and bringing it back or something. So that kind of unfortunate to miss out on that, but also it'd be kind of hard to spend $5 on a beverage too.
So, Josh, I know you're going to come down between this $4 option, sweet tea, and I think you might even be able to guess what the $4 option is based on how I've been hyping it up. But, Josh, the $4 option is root beer.
I love me some root beer. Now, do I get to choose, mugs or do I get to choose
Yeah, man, obviously you get to choose your root
specific?
beer. Come on.
Yeah, I'm more of a mugs guy myself.
Yeah.
Or what's good is like some I like them wonky machines that produce the different types of drink.
Yeah, man.
get some root beer, but with like a little bit of vanilla or something in there.
Mm-hmm.
Make almost like a cream soda root beer. Oh my goodness. That's not even that much to think about. Root beer is 9 times out of 10 when I go somewhere and they are offering root beer, I almost always take the root beer. I'm just a root beer connoisseur, man. If we go to the dollar store, I'm grabbing that whole, like sometimes it's even like a 2.5 to 3 liter of root beer for a buck. I'll grab that sucker. I'm a big fan of root beer. Go up over and over to refill with some root beer. Did that last night. Went to Dairy Queen, as I said earlier, and I probably refilled that sucker a good 5 or 6 times. In fact, look at this. You didn't expect this. I got root beer right in here. You did not expect this. Look, right in the mini fridge. Look at this. That is root beer. There's root beer in here. I don't know if I can show you without spilling it. Let's see. Let's try. I can't find. But I have root beer in here. This is a Dairy Queen cup I had last night. You did not expect that. You did not expect that. Let me take a sip of this. It's still good. It hasn't lost its carbonation.
Wow, really?
But I mean, I had this Joker. I forgot about that. Cause I refilled it before I left and, came in last night, stuck it in there in the mini fridge. As you can see, the very convenient mini fridge that, takes up some good spot in my background. And I put the root beer in there. So I gotta take the root beer. You know what? I'm sipping on root beer right now, dude.
Hey, man. I knew you were
Root
gonna
beer
take it,
cameo.
man. That's why I really wanted it as the $4 option, just in case you didn't have that 5, you could still afford it, man. But that's a
I'm so
pretty
happy
solid
now I
meal,
got root beer
Josh.
because I forgot about that I put that root beer in there. You made me quite ecstatic now. I got root beer.
There you go, dude. Some root beer right on in there, and we're gonna let you enjoy that root beer. But Josh, your meal comes out to
Thank you.
$15, and it's a Popeyes chicken sandwich with chicken fries, with a bacon milkshake, some nice Bucky's barbecue sauce, and a root beer to wash it down with. Josh, that's a pretty solid meal.
That's a great meal. Seeing all these options, really, I think that is the best use of my. I mean, sweet tea bumped down in the $3 spot is also really good. So I could have upgraded maybe to the mac and cheese from the chicken fries, but I still like the chicken fries too. It's another reason to slip up that Bucky's barbecue sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know if there's you'd go differently with your past. Would you anti root beer? If so, maybe go to a different channel. I'm just kidding. Thanks for watching. But let us know if there's, maybe a different path you would have taken. Um, and yeah, Jordan, this is a nice meal, man. I think I'd be very, very, very content if I just, figured out that I was having that for supper. That meal that you let me construct.
Hey, man, maybe we'll have to go and try that bacon milkshake and make it into a video at some point, man.
Maybe that'd be quite entertaining. Hey, maybe if this video can get like 10 likes or something, we'll go do that. You know what? Let's do a like goal. I don't know if we'll get there or not, but it's just like the one we did a while back with Connor having the wonky having to have the wonky stuff. Well, if we get to 10 likes, we'll go and record us eating the bacon milkshake. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm pretty content with my options here, and I'm glad I now have a root beer. It's quite delectable.
Now it's time for the verse of the week.
Now, like I mentioned earlier, at the time of recording, it is actually Palm Sunday. And during church and stuff, we're talking a lot about Palm Sunday, especially in Sunday school. And what I really liked is we kind of went through the account of Palm Sunday from each of the Gospels. And that was pretty fun. I enjoyed that. But I'm just gonna read a small passage here from Matthew chapter 21, verses 8 through 11. This is again on the triumphal entry, in regards to Palm Sunday. It starts saying, and a very great multitude spread their garments in the way. Others cut down branches from the trees and strawed them in the way. And the multitudes that went before and that followed cried, saying, Hosanna to the Son of David. Blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest. And when he was coming to Jerusalem, all the city was moved, saying, Who is this? And the multitude said, This is Jesus, the prophet of Nazareth of Galilee. And we're talking, this is kind of our, somewhat of the Easter special. So we were talking about all the silly stuff with Easter earlier with the Easter bunny and all the trivia with that, but we can't forget the real importance of Easter, which is the resurrection of Jesus Christ. And that started the week before with Palm Sunday, where Jesus was riding in on a donkey coming into Jerusalem, and all the people were kind of standing there, and they were they were all excited. This is the Messiah who would, a lot of them were kind of wrong with their thinking, because later on it says that Jesus actually was kind of crying about this, because they were these same people who were all praising him, saying Hosanna, which we talked about, Jordan learning what that meant earlier. But they were saying Hosanna to him, they were praising him, but yet these are the same people who later were saying to crucify him. But Jesus comes out here, rides the donkey. These people are praising him. And then the big thing I want to point out here is, like I said earlier, that the people were actually quite hypocritical, because they thought that Jesus was coming for something else. They thought he was going to be a political ruler, take out Rome by military force. But instead, Jesus actually, he was coming to save the world from something different. He wasn't trying to save the world from, political, persecution and stuff like that. Instead, he was coming to save the world of their sins, because, we mess up daily. We have issues, every second. That's what, God gave Moses the Ten Commandments. And some people think that, if you the Ten Commandments was, that was given so that we would try to be perfect. No, the Ten Commandments were given so that we could see that, hey, we mess up. There's not, a single person who has completely followed the Ten Commandments perfectly outside of Jesus. So he came so that we could have that, redemption through him, because, we're sinners, we mess up. And because of that, we could not experience eternity with Jesus and God. But Jesus comes here with a triumphal entry on Palm Sunday, and the people were excited, but they, like I said, they kind of got their heads in the wrong space. So that's sort of remembrance throughout the week, to get our heads kind of in the right place. Because sometimes we, kind of think of the wrong things, and we have Easter coming up, and it's great, but some people might celebrate it for the wrong reasons. But the reason of Easter is the death, burial, and most importantly, the resurrection of Jesus Christ. But look forward to next week. Might put out a quick, maybe a shorter or a quick video on Easter too. But it's just always a sad thing that these people right here who were crying out for Jesus, the Messiah, to save them, the same people who later on were crying out to crucify him. So hopefully we ourselves are not as hypocritical as these people that are mentioned in Matthew chapter 21.
Yes, that is very true, Josh, and it's a good thing. Not that they were hypocritical, but rather that this all did occur, and Jesus met all of the prophecies that were talked about in the Old Testament, and this is cleared quite a few of them right there. And Josh, Palm Sunday leading up into Easter, and like you said, we're probably going to put out a little short video about that later on this week, so be on the lookout for that. But really, thank you guys for watching, man. Thank you guys for watching, and we really appreciate it. We're up above 100 subscribers now, so again, be on the lookout for that 100 subscriber special coming out later this week, maybe next week, but be on the lookout for that, guys.
Speaking of being on the lookout, comment the timestamps of all three Easter eggs that you've been able to find, and we'll give you a shout out in the next episode. Again, not next week, because next week there will not be a podcast episode, as we are kind of taking off for Easter and kind of chilling, have a chill day with family and being at church and whatnot too. Chilling, taking off for my birthday as well. But because of that, we might be able to put out a video or two, just not related to the podcast, just maybe something else. So let us know if you found those little Easter eggs. I don't know how good Connor would be hiding them. Maybe he could have put it like right in here with a root beer. I don't know. Maybe he could have hidden it all sorts of places. But just let us know. Put down those timestamps. But again, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, maybe share it to others, and also please join the Discord if you have not already. Try to give the Discord members a shout out each episode of the podcast. Jordan, you have that pulled up, our Discord members.
I certainly do. Shout out to our Discord members. 414 Fish, Biggins, Brian 1139, Delicate Sweet Tree, Yugless, Jaden, John Deere, and finally Joseph.
Thanks to all of y'all, and thanks to everyone watching. We are excited to put out this 100 sub special. It's getting out there. It's taken a while to edit up because our editor Connor's been working on the normal videos, so he hasn't had as much time to work on the special. But he's trying to make sure he gets it all done up nice and good. And I'm really looking forward to it. We saw clips of it last week, and as he's putting it together, and he said he wanted a certain bit of it done tonight, so maybe we'll be able to see some of that.
Yeah, guys, so thank you all for watching, and make sure you like and subscribe and share us with your friends, and hey, chop on, everybody. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Thank y'all for listening to Chopping It Up with Josh and Jordan.